Hi guys, I am here to talk about Act 4 of The Tempest with you. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you have read it by now. And so all I'm going to do is just kind of summarize the plot sequence and kind of give you a little bit of food for thought on character development because character development is very important when it comes to the Tempest, particularly with Prospero. So we'll see in Acts 4 and 5, which 5 will be a separate video, exactly what has happened and how Prospero has changed. So let's just jump right into Act 4. And with Act 4, it opens with an engagement party. So Miranda and Ferdinand are officially engaged. Prospero has made Ferdinand promise to keep his hands to himself before he and Miranda are wed, and Ferdinand agrees that he will be the perfect gentleman. And so Prospero decides to throw a mask in celebration of the engagement. Now, some of you are sitting there going, but Mrs. Zimmerman, what is a mask? I'm so glad you asked. So, a mask is a performance that is typically put together for nobility. And it's used for ceremonies. So, the people who take part in a mask are going to do songs and dances and choreography, and it's like a dance recital, music recital, all rolled into one with the sole purpose of celebrating a specific event. So in this case, since it is Prospero, and as we know, he has Ariel, who is a spirit, and Prospero also still has his magic powers. He tells Ariel that in order to do this mask, he wants some very special participants to come and do this mask in celebration of Ferdinand and Miranda's engagement. So, who does Ariel bring? He brings three goddesses. Okay, three. Uno, dos, tres. Brings three goddesses. The first one is Iris, and Iris is the goddess of rainbows. So she brings color. Juno is the second one. Juno is the queen of the goddesses. So not only does Ariel bring a goddess, he brings the head goddess. He brings the Beyonce of all goddesses. So we have Iris, goddess of rainbows. We have Juno, who is the queen of all the goddesses. And finally, we have Ceres. Ceres is the goddess of agriculture. And for those who may not know, agriculture also has to do with crops, with fertility. So he has beauty, he has power and majesty, and he has fertility. For all of these three are coming together to celebrate the wedding of Miranda and Ferdinand. However, there's a little hitch in the giddy up. So what happens is, in the middle of this mask, when these goddesses are there and they're performing for Ferdinand and Miranda, Prospero remembers, oh, wait a minute, I got three people who are plotting to kill me. I guess I should think about that right now. So he actually calls an end to the mask, and he calls for Ariel, and he kind of reprimands Ariel for, like, why didn't you remind me of this, that, these guys are coming to kill me. And Ariel tells them that's okay. We're going to sort this out. I'm going to help you. So they come up with a plan. So while the goddesses are going away, he takes Ferdinand and Miranda and he gives them a task to do, which is playing chess. Hey, they play chess. So while they're doing that, he and Ariel are working on a trap to get Trinculo, Stefano, and Caliban to stop the plot of murdering them. So this is what happens. So you have Trinculo, Stefano, and Caliban. They're drunk. They have no idea what they're doing. They just know that they want to grab Prospero's books so they can take away his magic and then end up killing him. But as people who are inebriated often tend to do, they get a little sidetracked. And Ariel kind of helps with the sidetracking. Ariel ends up kind of leading them on a wild goose chase. He takes them through briars, so thorns. So if you think like cactus, rose bushes, any type of just nasty, scratchy bushes. He leads them through a trail all through those, so they're all scratched up and not happy right now, still drunk. Then they end up being drugged through a dirty, smelly pond on the island. Once again, thanks to Ariel. So Ariel has now scraped them up, kind of sort of beat them up a little bit by going through the thorns and the briars, and then he ends up dragging them through dirty water. Fun times. So they finally though, they reach Prospero's house or his cell. Remember, cell and house, same thing. So they reach the cell. And this is the plan that Prospero and Ariel had come up with, because the best way to sidetrack somebody is to dangle something shiny in front of them, right? So what they end up doing is they take all of Prospero's wealthy robes and clothes and they hang them all out in front of the house, so that when Trinculo, Stefano, and Caliban all show up, dirty, smelly, and tipsy, they see these gorgeous clothes and they're like, "Hey, we need new clothes. These are really nice clothes. Let's go for the clothes." Caliban really is the only one that still has revenge on his mind, and he's trying to stop them and convince them, like, no, the clothes are set up to distract us from why we are really here. We need to go take his books and we need to kill Prospero. Well, Stefano and Trinculo are they're like, Caliban who? And so what they end up doing is, as soon as they touch the clothes, Ariel and Prospero both use magic to make it sound like hounds are after them. So they grab what they can and they take off, thinking that a whole pack of hounds are chasing them when they're not. There you go. There's the summary of Act 4.